This is now the complete practice book for grammar, vocabulary, and comprehension, also by Educational Publishing House. And this series is available for primary 1 until primary 6. Okay, and the same elements are there in every book. So we have the multiple choice for grammar and vocabulary. We have the grammar cloze, vocabulary cloze. We have comprehension in visual text and multiple choice and open-ended. And finally, we have the continual assessment 1 and 2, which is for term 1 until 1 and 3. And the semestral assessment 1 and 2, which is for mid-year examination and final year examination preparations. Okay, so primary 1 is, the author is Josephine Yu, as well as primary 2. Primary 3 is written by Saira Yusuf. Primary 4 by Naaz Thaker. Primary 5 by Adayib and Audrey Tay. Primary 6 is by Suresh Kumar. Now let's take a look at the complete practice book for primary 4 through 6. This is for the upper primary. Okay, and again for this one we have each book has the grammar multiple choice as well as the vocabulary multiple choice, and they have grammar and vocabulary cloze, and they have comprehension for visual text open-ended, and they also have continual assessment 1 and 2 for term 1 and 3, and semestral assessment, which is for the mid-year and final year examination practice. Okay, so let's take a look at primary 5 as an example for the upper primary levels. They start off with the grammar multiple choice. Okay, and then there are around 100 practices, practice 1 to 100. And for the vocabulary as well, there is 100 practices for the vocabulary multiple choice. For grammar cloze, there are 25 each for grammar cloze and 25 for vocabulary cloze as well. And there are 10 practices of comprehension visual text, 10 practices for comprehension open-ended, and then they move on to the assessment practice. So we have here the grammar multiple choice in this format. Then we move on to the vocabulary multiple choice. And then we have the grammar cloze, followed by the vocabulary cloze. And then we have the comprehension visual text, where again a picture is given and kids are required to answer the multiple choice questions. And we have the comprehension open-ended. Now for upper primary, the passage is way longer than what it was in lower primary, and the questions are of course harder as well. And here we have the continual assessment 1. Okay, we have situational writing. Okay, for paper 1. We have continuous writing. We have the grammar multiple choice, we have the vocabulary multiple choice, we have the vocabulary cloze, and visual text comprehension with multiple choice as well. And then they move on to booklet B, where you have the grammar cloze, you have the editing for spelling and grammar, you have comprehension cloze, and here you have synthesis and transformation, and the comprehension open-ended questions. Okay. Semestral assessment 2 paper, we have situational writing, continuous writing, you have the grammar multiple choice, you have the vocabulary multiple choice, and then the cloze for the vocabulary and the grammar. And we have the visual text comprehension, we have the grammar cloze here with editing and spelling for grammar, and comprehension cloze, synthesis and transformation, comprehension open-ended questions. We have listening comprehension here. So your teacher will basically read out 7 scripts over here, for example. Okay, the text is given at the end of the book. Okay, and children are supposed to write the correct answers based on what the teacher has asked orally. Okay, and we have the oral reading passage, and here you have your stimulus-based conversation, okay, where you are required to look at the picture and your prompts are given for you to have a conversation about the topic. And here we have the text for the listening comprehension for the assessments, followed by the answer keys for all categories.